Hey, so I want to make a new video going over the question, is Tornado Shot dead? The TLDR is yes. I'll go over why. So in my opinion, Tornado Shot is no longer a good skill and it's pretty mediocre because it's pretty much only good for bosses now. But first, let me just talk over the nerfs for Tornado Shot. If you're unsure what happened, Tornado Shot lost 20% base attack speed, so from 100% to 80% of base. And it lost a secondary additional projectile from 4 to 3, and instead the quality now gives 40% increased projectile speed. All in all, this is about a 40% DPS nerf for Tornado Shot, which is quite massive. And is also a pretty major clear speed nerf, as you now have no way to scale your secondary additional projectiles on Tornado Shot. It's forever just 3. So yeah. There's also a third hidden nerf here, is that we are moving to a new league and we're losing charms and that which was taken. So we're losing all these additional projectiles that we had with Tornado Shot. So the end game Tornado Shot build is now only going to have 8 arrows instead of like 11 to 12, which is, also quite a big nerf. So yeah, it's essentially 3 nerfs on top of each other, 1 from the limit mechanic went away and 2 on Tornado Shot itself. Oh yeah, and also the gem cost 50% more mana, so we're from 8 mana to 12, which means your ending game Tornado Shot is going to cost like a roughly 30 mana, which is quite steep. That is pretty big for stuff like a Magic Find build, but it's fine for a regular build. So yeah, Tornado Shot is not only good for bosses, it's worse clear speed than Lightning Arrow. I've tested this multiple times on stream now, and I also show a video showcase here, or map showcase I should say, at the end of this video, going over Lightning Arrow and Tornado Shot. So Lightning Arrow has just way better clear mechanics with the damage. It's only slightly worse for a single target. But if you're just doing stuff like pure mapping, Legion, 100% Deli, MF, etc., anything for mapping, Lightning Arrow is going to have better performance. Tornado Shot will have better performance in the tier 17 than Uber bosses, but I question why would you play Tornado Shot for Uber bosses or tier 17s when there's just better builds now. Losing that much damage really hurts the viability of the skill. So that's what I'm saying. It's pretty much a dead skill because where Tornado Shot is good, it's just not even viable compared to other skills in that same space. So yeah, there's really no real reason to play Tornado Shot anymore, at least in my opinion. Lightning Arrow just mechanically is extremely strong and did not get nerfed this patch whatsoever. There was a slight nerf on Sniper's Mark, but overall it doesn't matter too much for this type of build. And this is with a full mirror tier character, Fizz Bow. You would play Lightning Arrow in a new patch on the high-end version with the Fizz Bow still, just because of how insane Hunter buffs are and how insane Hatred is. Hatred's just insane. Even when you're half converted to Lightning already through Lightning Arrow, Hatred is still just like the best aura in the game. So yeah, the new build for MF is going to be a Lightning Arrow variant with half conversion to Lightning and half conversion to Cold, and you also then be able to use Trinity. So yeah, TLDR. Tornado Shot's not as good anymore. Lightning Arrow has way better clear, and I'll show this map showcase here to end the video. One thing I do want to mention, this is a fully min-max character for Tornado Shot. So I'm missing a lot of things on this tree that would help Lightning Arrow. For example, you could take like Pierce instead of like a Wicked Fork. You wouldn't need this Cold Wheel at all as Lightning Arrow because you don't need the conversion as it already has built-in conversion. Stuff like that. This is fully min-max for Tornado Shot and not Lightning Arrow. And you'll see, with that, Lightning Arrow just looks better. You can decide for yourself, but yeah, to me, Lightning Arrow just feels better and does seem to clear faster. I'm also missing Trinity in my chest for Lightning Arrow, as that's something you would use with Lightning Arrow, because you're half and half conversion. Trinity is really free to use, but yeah, I don't want to recoil on my chest, so I'm not using it. So this test is really biased towards Tornado Shot, and it still looks worse than Lightning Arrow. Also, as Lightning Arrow, you can use a Nimmy's Ring. Essentially, what a Nimmy's Ring does, if you're unaware, it does the same things as return projectiles, but with no damage multiplier. So it's 100% of damage instead of only 40% of damage, which allows you to drop return projectiles and then use another support. This setup, if you drop your ring for Nimmy's, would double your damage on Lightning Arrow, which is massive. So if you did need more damage on Lightning Arrow, you can get it. And a Nimmy's Lightning Arrow setup is just way more damage for clearing than Tornado Shot. Of course, you would lose 10% quant on an MF setup, but it might be worth it if maps are harder next week. So anyway, Yeah, that's the whole essentially video. Now I'm just going to mute myself and we'll do 2 map showcases just with Legion and 100% Delhi so you can kind of compare. So both these maps do not have tank mobs. Um, so both these maps do not have any tank mods at all. As you can see, it's just some like negative defense mods or damage mods, just for a very fair comparison. I'm only going to do Legion on the map and the basic mobs, so it doesn't take that long. But yeah, you'll see. While Hunter does leave some variance here, it is good to have on, as Hunter also does benefit to no shot more because the additional projectiles helps no shot more. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the whole video, and enjoy the map showcases. Decide for yourself what is better.
My mana is gone. I put you out of your misery. I'm not up to that just yet.